to indie work and last for 12 months on their own report they can't imagine ever returning to a traditional job. This includes involuntary soloists who went out on their own because they lost a job. For some of us, this is thrilling. TED founder Richard Saul Wurman sums up the opportunity this way. For the first time in human history, individuals can design a life around the pursuit of interesting work. My partners and I would add that we can do this interesting work with partners we admire and trust, and for clients we respect. However, we understand that for many, this transformation is terrifying, requiring whole new skill sets and attitudes. After all, we've been raised and educated to be good organization men and women. What we need is a re-education, one that will help us collectively build the skills and characteristics necessary to flourish. If management thinking has been driven by the question, how do we make our organizations better? We urgently need a new inquiry driven by the question, how do we make our work better? This book marks a smart beginning of that inquiry. While the shelves are filled with self-improvement titles, this book is different. First off, and perhaps most important in the world of entrepreneurship, the ideas in this book are road-tested. You'll quickly see you're in the hands of someone who's spent the better part of her adult life creating structures and supports that enable other people's entrepreneurial ambitions. Back in the late 1980s, when independent professionals were still thought to be people who couldn't get a decent job, McGovern launched a wildly successful platform that created a market for independent consultants. McGovern's M² earned a spot on the Inc. 500 ranking of fast growth ventures, which is where my colleagues and I first met this remarkable woman. In 1993, McGovern launched Collabris, one of the first companies to tackle the unglamorous but crucial work of compliance and payroll services that enable independent contractor engagements. In 2001, she published A New Brand of Expertise: How Independent Consultants Are Transforming the World of Work. Today, with this book, she's still at it, packaging up her know-how to share with new generations of individuals in the pursuit of good work. Entrepreneurship is not a job, it's a life, and choosing to work on one's own is every bit as much entrepreneurship as starting a venture-backed company. On a journey such as this one, you don't want a novice as an advisor. You want a veteran who's been there, done that, and doesn't forget for a moment that the psychological and emotional challenges are as big as the strategic and the tactical. That's what you get with McGovern. This book is the next best thing to having McGovern on speed dial. George Gendron. George Gendron was the editor-in-chief of Inc. magazine for 20 years. He was the founder and director of the Entrepreneurship Center at Clark University in Massachusetts, and is the co-founder and managing director of the Solo Project, a new venture designed to support independent professionals and creatives. Introduction. There is nothing new in the world except the history you do not know. Harry S. Truman. In the summer of 2015, I had a bit of an out-of-body experience. 3 different inquiries came to me because of my experience building and running M² Consulting, a company I started in 1988 and sold in 2005, for which I served as a board member until 2014. M² was an innovator in its day, being one of the first companies in the nation to match independent expertise to client project needs. We were in the gig economy before that ever became a term of art. Having been out of the company for 2 years, I was intrigued when I received this series of calls in the space of 2 months. One overture came from a venture capitalist interested in building a marketplace platform for professional women who had left the workforce for family reasons. The platform would find them gigs, train them in the newest workplace tools, and provide a working mother forum. Another was from a private equity firm that wanted to create a marketplace platform for on-demand energy industry workers in Eastern Africa. Staffing the oil fields was tough, so creating a qualified buffer of potential workers could smooth production issues. The final notion was from a pair of successful entrepreneurs in the technology space who were developing a marketplace platform for entry-level professional hires that would eliminate the need for human oversight in the recruiting process.